So far, we've witnessed our pups grow from birth to 8 weeks old, seen their eyes open, and watched them take their first tumbles. They gained weight, began exploring their environment, and finally left their mums and siblings and moved to new homes. Now we'll follow them from the first day of their new lives to around 6 months, when early puppyhood comes to an end. They need to continue getting used to new environments and new experiences, meet other dogs, and above all, build the most important relationship of their lives, with us. New owners share their insights, and vet Mark Evans reveals some of the secrets of their puppy journey, as the experiences of the next 4 months define the pups for life. First up, our collie pups, Jack and Jill. Their new home is a 3,500-acre farm in the middle of the beautiful Cotswold Hills.
Hey, you travel well, haven't you, pups? There you go, Meg. Welcome to your new world.
New owner Dick Roper is one of Britain's top sheepdog trainers.
Yeah.
Collies are his life.
They're unlike any other breed. They're very intelligent, great company, very loyal. They set themselves apart from other dogs.
With nearly 7,000 sheep on the farm to control, Dick already has 5 other dogs, including Spot, not only the current All England champion sheepdog, but also Jack and Jill's father. They're descended from his first ever champion sheepdog, Tom.
6 generations ago, their great-great-great-great-grandfather. Then I've kept his son and then his son and then his son, right down now to Spot.
As Spot fathered the pups, Dick was allowed the pick of the litter. 2 weeks ago, using an expert eye, he chose the 2 he felt were the most confident.
That is the one.
At this age, every positive new interaction requires processing masses of information. A puppy's brain literally grows as they encounter new things and become accustomed to them. On his first day on the new farm, Jack's continuing to make a big impression on Dick.
He was with me straight away. That shows good character. To travel and then go for a walk with you shows great character.
But his sister has yet to make the same connection.
Jill, a little bit more introvert character. I like them both as characters. They're different, and we'll just see now how they develop.
Soon, Dick will start Jack and Jill on basic training, culminating in the ultimate test. Do the pups have what it takes to work a herd of sheep? In contrast, an urban dog in the big city has to contend with cars, crowds, strange dogs, thousands of new noises, and millions of new smells.
Louis, you want to play with Ducky?
But for now, Louis the Chihuahua is safely ensconced in his new owner's London apartment.
I was looking for the smallest breed of dog because I thought that the smallest breed would be most comfortable in a small flat.
Having recently completed her law degree, 26-year-old Rachel decided to treat herself to the dog she's always wanted. Weeks of research led her to a breeder in Devon.
When I found out that Louis was available, I made sure I booked a train ticket the very next day.
Louis was born in a litter of 2 boys and 1 girl and grew up in a small county town. But now this member of the smallest breed in the world faces becoming a big city dog.
Brushy, Louis.
If he's going to cope well with the challenges ahead, forming a strong bond with Rachel will prove vital. Feral dogs groom each other as a way of showing family unity. so this will help the two form their own bond. Keeping his coat in good condition also continues to habituate Louis to handling, preparing him for a lifetime of people cooing over him. Louis's face resembles what's called the baby schema. The round face, high forehead, big eyes is a look that helps motivate us to care for our own babies. So, as with other dogs, Louis's facial features may well tap into the same effect. In sleepy Bedfordshire, Neve, our Labrador cross pup, is settling into her new home. As you might expect from a puppy, it boils down to a quick check for any interesting smells in the room before she tucks into some toys. Puppies have a strong desire to chew. Picking things up in their mouths is a key part of how they explore the world, trying out new textures and tastes. Toys prevent boredom, burn energy, and can help with teething. And it's important there is a range of materials to choose from. At around 12 weeks, they begin to lose their baby teeth to make way for the 42 permanent ones that will see them through their lives. For the next year, Neve will be looked after by Annie and her daughter Hannah. They are volunteer puppy socialisers for the Dogs for Good charity. This is the fourth pup they have offered to raise and ready for training.
We actually started because we were trying to convince my dad that he wanted a dog in the house. Then it just turned out to be something we actually love doing because you know how much they're going to help someone else.
Neve was born in a litter of specially bred Labrador Retriever crosses. If everything goes according to plan, she and her brothers and sisters will grow up to be fully trained assistance dogs like Merlin here. The speed of a puppy's mental development depends on their environment, as every new experience increases their capacity to learn and creates more connections between brain cells.
Ultimately, that's about putting in the effort to help dogs when they are very young, guiding them and being their life coaches to become really great, well-adjusted, happy 21st century canine citizens. That is under our control to be able to do that. It's not going to happen without us.
Hannah and Annie's job is to prepare Neve for specialist training. But can a playful puppy like this ever learn to be the calm, collected dog a disabled person will need? In Essex, it's a groundbreaking moment for another of our pups.
This is your new home. I've wanted a pup for ages. Ever since we moved into our house about 5 years ago, I've wanted to get a dog, wanted a pup.
8-week-old Betsy is a rescue pup.
And we're really happy we went down the route of adopting, because you kind of feel like you've done some good. Finding a dog that just needed a home.
She was born and raised in a Dogs Trust centre in Basildon. Her mum was a stray, and she's a mixed breed whose heritage is a mystery. Her head and nose and short stature all suggest terrier. But those ears are definitely from somewhere else. All the pups face the challenge of fitting into a new home, but Betsy has got something extra to contend with.
When the kids got home from school, she made a beeline for the children straight away.
She's happy now!
Really wanted the pup to grow up with the children, so at least they had a special bond from both from a young age and they could grow up together.
Ideally, children and puppies need a careful and calm introduction. But today, inevitably, excitement gets the better of everyone. In the UK, around 500,000 puppies go to new homes every year. Though sadly, almost 15% of new owners get rid of their pet before it's 2 years old. Turning an excitable pup into a well-behaved family pet takes commitment and good guidance. And now is the time for Kevin family to strike, as at this age Betsy's brain is especially receptive. At the end of our pups' first day in their new homes, their first night alone is a huge moment in their lives. Away from their mum and littermates, the pups are, not surprisingly, a little unsettled and anxious. But a simple trick can make all pups feel more confident and comfortable.
You take something very familiar from the home it was born in, and that can be as simple as a piece of bedding that smells of mum and smells of the other puppy, smells familiar of that house. That's an absolute must for every puppy.
If they don't settle quickly, puppies shouldn't be left alone until they've been taught, gradually, how to cope. Rapidly, though, ours all nod off. They're getting ready to venture out into the incredible world beyond their homes, where they face a huge array of strange new sights, smells, and sounds. The challenge of learning what's expected of them.
Sit.
And they come to the mind-expanding realization that they are not the only pups on the planet. Our 5 puppies have made the massive move from their mum and littermates to their new homes with new owners. Now approaching 3 months old, they're still learning, with every new experience creating more connections between brain cells. For the past 3 weeks, Betsy the rescue pup has been slowly getting comfortable with the sights, smells, and sounds of a busy modern family. And the vacuum cleaner is clearly not something Betsy is comfortable with. Frustrated and fearful, if she's ever going to get used to the machine, she needs a slower introduction, perhaps beginning with short bursts of use in the next room.
Hoovers are a classic example. Some puppies will find them incredibly frightening, some puppies will find them bewildering, others might find them actually fun.
Unchecked, Betsy could grow into an adult dog that gets distressed every time the family starts cleaning. She might not be a fan of the vacuum cleaner, but there's one household object that Betsy loves.
We started off by putting little bits of food into an empty milk carton. But then we found out that once she actually emptied the milk carton, she wasn't actually that worried about the food at that point, but she went absolutely mad for the milk carton.
The potential downside is Betsy may grow up to raid the recycling box, looking for her favourite toy. Play is an essential part of a puppy's physical and mental development. Running and pouncing helps to build muscle, strengthen bones, and burn calories. It also refines coordination and can even help build relationships, as well as providing valuable lessons in cause and effect. Bump into a ball and it will go bouncing away.
Kids don't like her playing football as much sometimes because she's like a defender, she just goes and tackles them.
From a dog's point of view, there are 4 critical F's in their life. They need to have food, they need friends, companionship is obviously critical to a dog. They need somewhere to flake out, to sleep, perhaps obvious. But the 4th F is perhaps not so obvious, and that is fun. And I think we underestimate just how important fun and play is.
When playing, every shift of a dog's eyes or wag of its tail is a form of communication.
One of the really fascinating things is when you study dogs playing with each other, just how ritualistic, socially complex play is.
The play bow conveys they want some fun, not a fight. And size difference isn't an issue.
The thing I've always loved, and it is just brilliant, is that when you get a big dog playing with a small dog, big dogs will handicap themselves. If by being feebler means the game will continue, dogs will do that.
Now approaching 4 months old, Neve the Labrador Retriever Cross is losing her puppy fat and getting lanky. Although destined to be an assistance dog, Neve still needs a playmate and seems like she's found one. And it's not the teddy.
Playing with a dog, you sort of have to be as excited as they are. So essentially, you become a bit of a puppy, running around and being a little bit mad.
Hannah's rough and tumble may be random, but Neve's using a language of goofy play bows, paw slaps, and quick turns to invite chasing and playing.
From day one that we've had her, she's been quite a feisty little pup. Very happy to stand her ground.
An assistance dog needs to be confident, but whether Neve's gutsy get up and go will be a plus or a problem remains to be seen. In London, Rachel and Louis are coming to terms with what it means to be a little dog in the big city.
Every morning I take him to the park. Sometimes he's a little reluctant because he'd rather just stay home and have breakfast first.
Puppies thrive on routine when they are put into a new environment. Some predictability helps them settle in. And Rachel's regular walks allow Louis to acclimatise to the vast array of sensory inputs that come with city living. Dog senses vary a great deal from our own. They see better in low light, and although they don't perceive the range of colours that we do, they can see bluish and yellowish hues. Hearing is a canine super sense. They can hear things humans can't. They detect sounds 4 times quieter than we can, across a wider range of frequencies. But hiding behind his owner's legs with his ears back, Louis is conveying it's all a little too much for him at the moment, and he needs a gentler introduction to the big city. It seems he's not the only one with concerns.
The hardest thing is just terror that something bad is going to happen to him. The lead that I'm using with him is going to snap and he's going to run away, or a bigger dog is going to attack him, or somebody's going to trample on him in the street.
Introducing a puppy to anything requires gentle, positive acclimatization, and it seems that Rachel is going to need the same. Learning to be relaxed and at ease on the lead is essential for a 21st century dog. But it doesn't come naturally and needs to be learnt.
You take her on the lead and she just wants to get off. It's just like a car that wants to accelerate. You know, she just wants to go. She doesn't want to be held. You can see the little muscles in her back legs pulling.
At the moment, Betsy thinks pulling gets her where she wants to go. More than 50% of dog owners report their dog pulls. Addressing this can be as simple as teaching them that they get rewarded if they walk nicely by your side. One thing she doesn't need to learn is how to have a good sniff around.
Their sense of smell is simply awesome. When they breathe in, as the air flows back through their nose and down into their lungs, around 12 to 15% of that air is diverted off to a chamber at the back of their nose called the olfactory recess.
Humans have around 6 million scent receptors in their nose, whilst a dog can have up to 300 million.
Now, the clever thing is, the air that they sniffed in to the olfactory recess, this chamber, stays there. So even when they're breathing out, they are still sniffing what they breathed in last time.
More of Betsy's brain is given over to smell than ours.
The area of a dog's brain that is dedicated to interpreting sense data is, relatively speaking, 40 times bigger than it is in our brains. It is their primary sense, so that is why they sniff every lamppost, sniff every hedge.
It's a highly developed super sense which we've benefited from for centuries while hunting and tracking prey. In more recent times, sniffer dogs are used to detect everything from drugs and explosives to diseases like cancer. With all those walks and all that new information going in, it's a tiring life for a puppy, so Betsy will sleep a lot, which is another chance to bond with her new owner.
When we originally picked her up, they'd named her Cuddles, and I'd say she's true to her name. She loves a cuddle in the evening. She's up on your lap and she will sleep there until you put her in her bed.
Research suggests that cuddling dogs stimulates a release in humans of endorphins and oxytocin, known as the love hormone. It seems the feeling is mutual. Studies have suggested that dogs playing with owners had an oxytocin rise of more than 50%. For comparison, cats were measured too. Their rise was only 12%. Maybe man's best friend really is more loving than their feline counterparts.
Dogs are incredibly tuned in to human behaviour, and even if we're not aware of it ourselves. So their ability to apparently read our minds, to be able to understand our intentions, even to feed off our emotions, is truly mind-blowing.
Dogs are among the few non-primates that seek eye contact with people. And research suggests that they may be able to recognise emotions in us too. We all know as humans that facial expressions tell us a lot about mood. And it seems that we often, unconsciously, scan a face from right to left to help us interpret another person's emotional state. Incredibly, it's been found that dogs do this too. It's called left gaze bias, reading a face from right to left as an aid to interpreting mood. Dogs are one of the only animals apart from humans that are known to do it.
So often, dog lovers will say to me that their dog knows them better than anybody else, can read their minds. What makes it incredibly special is the incredible ability that dogs have to be able to feed off our emotions, to be able to understand our intentions, to kind of understand us.
The assistance dog Neve is continuing to be eased into positive new experiences. Today, it's her first time outside the garden. It's a wide open space, with long grass and a myriad of new smells and stimuli. And Neve's not yet sure she's comfortable. lip licking can be a sign of anxiety. And her eyes and body language are all suggesting she is worried. They are signals Hannah is attuned to. Giving Neve rewards when calm increases her confidence. As a vital part of continuing their development, pups should meet other dogs. So Neve's got a play date with Socks for some important lessons in communication. Only 7 weeks ago, playing with her siblings, Neve learnt to communicate using every part of her body, from muzzle to tail. But she's still got a lot to learn. There are over 200 dog breeds in the UK and millions of crossbreeds. It's a huge challenge for a puppy to learn that all of them are dogs, but they don't all look the same.
Dogs are born with a certain behavioural repertoire, but then as they have life experience of interacting with other dogs, so their social skills, learning the language of dogs, will improve.
A puppy has to learn to communicate with a wide variety of different breeds.
Not all dogs, because of their anatomy, are able to show all the classic behavioural body language that we try and define in dogs, and that might be because they've got too much skin on their face, or their ears flop down and they're not erect, or some dogs that are, born without tails, for instance, that can't wag them, can't hold them low or high, and those are key bits of body language for dogs. I've always drawn the analogy with dogs learn dog to speak dog body language, but they also have to learn the dialects of all the different breeds and shapes and sizes of dog there are.
This is the first unrelated dog that Neve has ever met. And her boisterous approach is too much for Socks. However, when Neve sits quietly, the spaniel does want to investigate further. She'll have to learn through trial and error what other dog signals mean and how to respond appropriately. Confident the introduction has gone well, Hannah decides it's time for another pioneering moment in the puppy's life. It's the first time Neve has experienced absolute freedom.
Running around outside in the long grass is something that's entirely new and so exciting and exhilarating for her.
Most puppies have a strong desire to remain very close to their owner. This is a safety response built in for protection. As a puppy gains in confidence, it will explore further from its owner. So it's best to start teaching a pup to return early. There are many challenges ahead for our puppies. Can Betsy build a well-balanced relationship with the boys? Will little Louie get used to the big city? Can Neve ever learn to calm down? And have Jack, and in particular Jill, got what it takes to make it as a working dog? All the answers lie in training.
Stop.
Sit. He's a good boy.
Now getting on for 4 months old, our puppies are delightful bundles of energy and curiosity. But their behaviour can also be frustrating for their owners. Formal training has the potential to bring a sense of harmony. For the collies, Jack and Jill, their whole working life will be about responding to Dick's instructions. 30 years' experience of sheepdog trialling tells him Jack and Jill have immense natural ability. But as they're still young, Dick starts with small yet significant steps.
Teach them to come to you, And if I can, teach them to stand still just for a second or two.
Stop. Stop.
It's a little bit like bringing up a child. You don't want to dominate them, but you want to teach them manners.
Stop.
Everything is done on tone.
Stop.
That just makes them just stop. Just for a second or two, and then you tell them, well done, good.
Very good.
Give them a little stroke.
Really good.
And that's the way you teach them everything.
Go on. Oh, hey, Jill, well done. Hey. Off you go.
Puppies learn what to do when rewarded for doing the right thing and should be ignored if they get something wrong. Importantly, it's our pups' partnerships with Dick that will define how well they're likely to work with sheep.
Jack is very much into me. Within 4 days of having him, I would be able to walk him up the lane, in with the other 7 dogs while he was playing, and just call his name, and he'd just turn and leave them and come straight back to me. Jack, come here.
Good boy. That's a good dog. That's a good dog.
Whereas Jill is quite a strong character. If I tell her to come to me, she won't.
Jill! Jill!
Eventually, Jill does as she's asked. But will her drive to do her own thing prove a flaw in Dick's ambition for her as a champion herder? Or will it be an advantage? Excitable rescue pup Betsy has had a big impact on Kev, Lauren and the kids. But nearly 15% of new puppy owners give up their pet in the first 2 years. So the family needs to teach her how to control her impulses.
Tonight, we're just going to concentrate on luring our dogs round by our side.
Well-run puppy classes give pups a chance to meet other dogs, but also equip their owners with the skills they need to raise the pup properly. There are 3 tasks today. Sit and wait, with owner standing up and sitting down to teach the puppies self-control. Loose lead walking,
Bring them round beside us and then reward in that position.
where the pups stay to the owner's side.
Good. Lovely.
And a leave it instruction,
Leave it.
teaching them not to pick something up. Useful if the puppy is about to grab something dangerous.
Have a little go with that one and we'll come and help you.
Do well and they get a treat. Training with rewards enhances the relationship between puppy and owner and makes the task enjoyable.
Betsy, sit.
Timing is everything. The reward must be given immediately if the pup is to learn the proper action. It's about teaching them what they should do, rather than trying to stop them doing what they shouldn't.
Oh, you're like a super quick learner.
Although cooperating with the boys and Mum, when it comes to Dad Kev, Betsy seems a bit distracted.
Sit.
Complete ignorance.
Sit. 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 I went away for a week and her behaviour actually took a real nosedive.
In Kev's absence, it seems Betsy has developed a stronger attachment to the rest of the family.
You're just mugging me off.
At least a 5-year-old got it, eh?
This isn't helped when Betsy spots someone she recognises. Rose is one of the 3 sisters she grew up with.
She ain't even bothered anymore.
After class, there's no doubt the 2 know each other and are delighted at the reunion.
I didn't think dogs were meant to recognise their siblings after a certain amount of weeks, but there was absolutely no doubt that the 2 of them recognised each other. It was just pure puppy play. It was a joy to watch.
Neve is also undergoing training at Dogs for Good. Today is when she gets to show she's more than just a boisterous pup and has got the makings of a calm and capable assistance dog. The class is confronted with puzzles and unfamiliar objects designed to promote problem-solving and self-confidence. Neve does well in this first class, but it is just the beginning. Over the coming weeks, she faces more tests and training. Mum and daughter raised Merlin last year. He's a year older than Neve and preparing for his final test to become a fully qualified assistance dog.
Having the chance to see him again is just wonderful. How they're able to enhance someone's life in the simplest ways with the simplest things. For me, it's a very emotional thing to see.
It will be another 12 months or more before Neve will be taught the tasks Merlin is tackling. So to avoid confusing her, she's kept out of the room for Merlin's last bit of training.
Thank you, good boy.
I loved it when he can open the door. Well, that's an incredible thing to be able to do. It really hits home how much they can help.
In the big smoke, little Chihuahua Louie has had a month to become habituated to the squeal of brakes and the shriek of coffee machines.
Throughout the day, I'll take him around with me, and it's amazing how he's sort of able to relax into whatever environment I've brought him into. I think he's really gotten used to it.
Rachel has also overcome her fears. Initially terrified of letting Louie off the lead, she's now found the courage to let him run free.
This is the next chapter in my life, and I'm really excited to be able to share it with him.
And it seems careful nurturing has stopped her little boy turning into a stereotype, spoilt toy dog.
I think they get a bad reputation as quite yappy dogs that bark a lot and even bite a lot, and that's just not been the case at all.
Louie? Louie? Oh my goodness, he's looking right at the screen.
Thousands of miles from home, Rachel loves to Skype Mum Rosalie and Daisy, the family dog.
He's got the same colour hair as you. Yeah, he looks very comfortable. He looks like he belongs.
He does belongs with me. No, he's definitely my little boy. He's definitely my little man. You know, I'm not alone.
Louis certainly seems to have become acclimatised to London and has definitely conquered meeting new people. Betsy also seems at home in the arms of her owner. But there's something about the rescue pup that's been on Kev's mind ever since she arrived. Because her mum's a stray, her heritage is a mystery.
We still have absolutely no idea of how big she's going to get, but I can't imagine she's going to be massive.
So for fun, Kev and Lauren have decided to take a sample for DNA testing. Betsy's genes will give clues about how she'll look as an adult. But her behaviour will be defined much more by her own life experience. The DNA result won't have any bearing on how Betsy is raised, but getting the sample analysed should solve the mystery of just what kind of doggy mix she's made of.
She climbs on logs, she jumps from stone to stone, she jumps over rivers. I think she's probably got a little bit of cat or a little bit of monkey in her.
More than 4 months ago, our puppies left their mums and began the challenge of fitting into our world. Some coaching made this easier for them and their owners. But for those pups destined to be working dogs, there are big challenges ahead. As our pups approach 6 months old, for Louie, Neve, Betsy, and Jack and Jill, their time as young puppies is running out. For the working dogs, there's a final set of challenges to overcome, the tasks generations of selective breeding has prepared them for. In the Cotswolds, the time has come for Jack and Jill to face the ultimate test. They're going in with the sheep on Dick's farm for the first time. Although descended from champion sheepdog Spot, this is no guarantee either of the pups will naturally have what it takes to round up another, much larger species.
I've seen pups run away when the sheep come towards them because they haven't got a clue what they are. I've seen pups do absolutely nothing, put their tails in the air and wag their tail and do nothing.
They've definitely got his genes. But today's the day Dick finds out if Jack and Jill have got Spot's herding instinct too. The puppies are tested one at a time. First up, Jack. At just under 6 months old, he's very young to face almost 30 sheep. There are 3 key things that Dick is looking for.
As they start to work, their eyes latch onto the sheep and they focus on the sheep, and then they drop their heads and they drop their tails and gives that classic collie pose, stalking pose.
Their supreme herding ability has been created by selecting through generations. It's an exaggeration of part of a natural predatory behaviour. It's all of the chase, but none of the bite.
I put Jack down and he soon became more and more confident. Gradually put his head down, gradually put his tail down and started to chase a little, started to just move around the sheep a little. And that's what I wanted to see, but still in control. I could still call him to me.
It's a fantastic first performance. The herding instinct was there, yet vitally, Jack returned to Dick when called.
I love Jack's character. He and I have got a tremendous bond already.
Now Jill's turn. Since her arrival, the female dog has been more distant.
Jill, she's just a little bit aloof. She could be like that for the rest of her life, but if she's a tremendous worker, you forgive her that.
Will this detached demeanour make her a better herder? At first sight of the sheep, it's clear she's very different from Jack.
Oh, tough as boots. Her instincts are so much stronger, but because they're stronger, she wants to actually get close to the sheep, and it's therefore I have to get myself between the sheep and her to control her.
Dick's quest to find his next champion begins right here. So does he prefer a biddable boy or an independent girl?
When you have a character like Jack, you immediately think, oh, this one could be it, this one could be the one.
Neve, too, is about to face a huge but very different test. It's one she has to do well in if she's to have a future as an assistance dog. She's about to do something most dogs aren't allowed to do, let alone puppies. A uniquely human experience.
You've come this way.
She's going shopping.
Good girl.
It's just to get them used to being in places that maybe aren't natural. No doubt whoever they go to is going to want to go shopping at some point.
Dogs aren't allowed in most stores, of course. But as a trainee assistance dog, Neve is an exception.
Good girl.
Here, packed with low-hanging temptations, it's a big test of her concentration. Only a few months ago, Neve delighted in playing, wrestling and brawling. turning anything she got her paws on into a toy. But today she's learning to fight those puppyish instincts. Employing incredible self-control, she remains calm and leaves everything well alone. Walking quietly and ignoring distractions might not seem like much, but it's a massive achievement for such a young puppy, and she's rewarded for ignoring temptations and focusing on her owner. In the past few months with Kevin the kids, Betsy's proven to be smart, devoted, and loving. Since their first puppy class, the family have embraced training, and it's paying off.
She went from nothing to learning how to sit, and within 3 to 4 days, she'd already learnt how to lay down.
Keen to know the heritage of their smart, endlessly energetic mixed-breed pup, the family sent DNA samples for testing, and today the results are in.
What do we reckon?
Beagle.
Beagle?
Maybe.
Bit of beagle, bit of...
Ultimately, for most owners of puppies, the important thing is to recognise that within a breed, there will be a big variety in terms of what you might consider their character or temperament.
Right. Betsy is an English Cocker Spaniel, Parson Russell Terrier, an English Springer Spaniel, a West Highland White Terrier cross.
2 of Betsy's ancestors, the Cocker Spaniel and the Parson Russell Terrier, are both working dogs, typically full of energy. Although as we research canine behaviour, we're learning it's not as simple as a particular breed is energetic. It's down to each individual dog.
Intelligent, playful, happy, some may have a high amount of energy.
What you might define as the character or personality is largely influenced by their life experience. And the great thing about that, the incredibly positive thing about that, is the fact that it's the life experience that we can do something about. Nothing you can do about it's genetics. You have got that biology, but what we can do is shape it, and it's incredibly shapeable.
Now approaching 6 months old, much of the shaping of our pups has been done. The formative experiences began when they were helpless newborns and continued as they grew from frisky toddlers to boisterous youngsters. Along the way, they developed not just brain and muscle power, but complex social skills and relationships that will stay with them forever.
You can never feel alone when you have a little puppy.
Even just having a dog for a year changes your life.
For me, there's no question that the relationship that human beings can have with dogs is not just special, it is unique. There is no other relationship between man and any other animal on planet Earth that is anything like equivalent.
In the space of almost 6 months, all our pups have succeeded in forming an amazing, elaborate human-animal bond. Either as pets, who are a vital part of our everyday lives,
She's everything I wanted in a dog.
or potential working dogs that will support us and our ambitions.
Your hopes are with them all the time because you're a team.
They are now more closely bonded to humans than any other animal on Earth. That is the incredible secret of their success.